Office of Highway Safety, along with our friends at GPD and other law enforcement agencies, are working together on an upcoming campaign called Pledge to Not Text and Drive. Very, very important. And joining me now to discuss this campaign are DPW OHS Program Coordinator Ms. Pat Hunkanko and from the Guam Police, Officer R.J. Cardenas. Hafa day to both of you. Thanks for joining us.
Hafa day, Jason, and thank you for having us here today.
Okay, so the campaign, we talked about this a little bit with Nick Delgado and Therese Metanani on Weekend Edition, but obviously this is a growing problem and it's a national campaign and it seems very cut and dry and everything, but how big is the problem of people, texting, making calls, doing data while they're operating a moving vehicle?
Okay, first of all, in conjunction with the National Organizations for Youth Safety, or otherwise known as NOISE, they actually set aside September 19 to have all teen drivers to take the pledge of not texting and driving. Okay, and yes, it is a very big problem. Believe it or not, Jason, those who text and drive are found to be 23 times more liable to get into a crash. Okay, and what we're trying to do now with NOISE is we're actually promoting this campaign because we have a lot of brand new drivers, in the school system. Let's say for the 11th and 12th graders, and we'd like to provide them with that toolkit, to help us spread the word to their peers as well as their teachers, their parents, and of course the community as a whole.
Okay, now obviously with technology always advancing in the way it is, people carry, iPads, tablets, cell phones of various types, smartphones, what have you, and obviously these kind of things go off. If someone is operating a motor vehicle and, like they're getting a call, what do you recommend they do? Just pull over to the side? Of course,
we recommend that they pull over safely and to a complete stop, okay? They may be pulling over to the shoulder of the road or an area where it's safe for them. However, if the car or vehicle is still moving, they could still have, be in the shall I say, they still could be cited because the car's still moving. So we ask that they please pull over to the side. Turn your phone off. If you feel that you're expecting a call, maybe you can call that person before you make that trip out to our roadways.
That's a good tip.
Yes.
Okay, so Officer Cardenas, from what you guys see out in the community, how bad is the problem right now, and how do you guys still see, even with the law having been passed about, you're not supposed to use mobile devices, without a Bluetooth headset and everything like that. Do you still see that kind of thing on the road?
Yes, sir. When the law was passed in February, it took effect in March. A total of 108 citations has been issued.
Wow.
Yes.
Yeah, so that's pretty bad. And obviously, like Pat was saying, your target audience is young people and everything, but are you also working with their parents? Because, obviously, it's parents calling kids calling each other, the business community, everybody's trying to get a hold of each other, and we live in the age of information where no one slows down.
Yes, that's very true. Parents are the biggest offenders. They try to get a hold of their children.
Okay. And
of course, right? I mean, you expect the child to get back, but they don't understand that the child's a brand new driver, maybe not familiar with the features of the car itself, or the concentration level is not there. So, they should be able not to even text their child. That's one good tip, is not to text your child when you know your child's driving. But, we want to empower the students to do that. Make sure that you spread that word, share that information with your family members, as well as anybody in the community, whether it be your faith-based organization or anything. I mean, anybody out there. We can't do it alone, Jason. We need the community to help us as a whole.
Okay, now, Officer, some of your colleagues, going back decades before you, I remember when I was a little kid in school, there were various campaigns that the Guam Police has done over the years, like, just say no to drugs, or neighborhood watch or stuff like that. And that made an impression on my generation to not engage in that kind of activity. How do you and your colleagues go out, like, to schools and to church groups and everything like that to get the word out about this campaign?
Yes, Jason, we do enforcement, daily enforcement. We do stationary enforcement at various traffic intersections. We do outreach programs. This week we'll be going to Sanchez to talk about awareness and dangers of texting and driving.
All right. Well, we got a lot more to talk about. We got some more questions to ask you guys about this very important campaign. So you guys want to sit tight?
Sure.
All right. And you stay tuned there because we have some more very valuable information from our friends at DPW and GPD coming up on the flip side of this break. Stay with us.